People just see your channel like, wow, that guy's lucky.
Yeah, he's rich. A lot of people don't know this, but I went to Best Buy and I literally like took the camera and recorded videos.
And then run it back?
I returned
it. We need that bubbly sponsorship. Okay. We have none other than Shevon Salmon. Is that how you say your name? Am I saying it right?
Salmon.
Salmon?
Without the L.
Oh, okay.
It's like the fish.
Yeah. Tech YouTuber?
I guess.
Is that what you would call yourself?
Tech YouTuber, lifestyle YouTuber.
Lifestyle YouTuber? Okay.
Yeah, I like to vlog now.
I feel like you have there's like new channels that come up and then they kind of start like pushing the boundaries, maybe the style is what I'm trying to get at. Like the style changes. Like everybody's doing the same tech YouTuber thing.
Sitting down.
And then all of a sudden you like a new channel comes up, you start doing it a little bit differently. And then everybody starts doing it that way, maybe like a little bit later. I don't know. I feel
like everyone's starting to do like day in the life stuff now and like starting to bring tech outside more, which is kind of cool, I guess. But it's definitely something I always wanted to do because I got bored of watching my own videos. Yeah. And even looking up to people like you know, you're always outside having fun with tech itself sometimes. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, I need to get outside more, you know, bring more excitement to the videos. So that's why I started to like do day in the life, but with technology. And it gravitated to a lot of people. A lot of people gravitated towards it, I should say. Yeah. Got a lot of views. It takes a lot of time though. Because I don't.
It's a lot harder.
Yeah. I could make it easier for myself, but I want to make people comment like, whoa, how'd you do that? You know what I mean? So I try to put my all into every like day in the life video I do.
It takes more time, but it's way more fun. And the end result, like you're saying, is just, it's more fun for you. Yeah. And then I think it's also more fun for the audience. In
like every time I make a day in the life video and I'm finished editing it, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make a video better than this. Yeah. And then the next one, I'm like, how did I make this video like this good? You know,
this is the peak. I've reached the peak.
Yeah, I'm like, no way I can make this video better than I do one and it's like a little bit better. I'm like, no way. Yeah, People commenting, this is the best one yet. This is the best one yet. I'm like, how?
Okay, this is the first time we're meeting in person. Literally talked for only a few minutes before this. You admired
I was amazed by the studio.
I feel it's like in the most hoarder shape right now, where it's just like there's way too much stuff. We're gonna have like a. Actually, you should show up if you want. We're gonna do like a pop-up shop meetup thing. We're gonna show some of the NMO stuff, sell some of that stuff, and like hopefully we're gonna and then I want to give away like a ton of the stuff I have here. So like literally, I think what we're gonna do is like you buy a shirt and we're gonna like you get a gimbal.
No way.
Yeah, literally, I think that's what we're gonna do.
Free tripod.
Yeah, just like because there's so much stuff that like companies have sent me and like it's really good stuff, but I can't use it all.
True.
And like the office is literally you can see it literally filling up. Yeah. He's like he was calling his friend. He's like, it's better looking on camera. I love that. Okay, so first time meeting. I want to know your backstory. Like, how did you get into YouTube? Like, how are you here right now?
All right, so it all started when my little sister was born. So I was born and raised in Jamaica. Came here in 2016.
I love the accent, by the way.
Yeah,
it's so good.
But before like this whole YouTube stuff, I was just making videos for my little sister. My mom bought me a camera for her just to like take pictures and stuff like that. I used to always like do dance videos and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So
was this in Jamaica?
This was in Jamaica. That time like jerking came out. Everyone was jerking and stuff like that. So I was like, yo guys, I have a camera. So we could start like posting on Facebook or something. So, you know, I was taking pictures for my sister, making like family videos and stuff like that. I guess that's how my like eye for capture like images and framing and stuff like that came into play. But then I took it to the next level and started like recording videos for a dance group or whatever it was. Yeah. And I edited on like Windows Movie Maker. And everyone's like, yo, there's no way, this is sick, blah, blah. Posted on Facebook, got all the views. And I would say like back in, I remember like when the iPhone 4 came out, I had an Apple Watch as well. I would just make videos on YouTube and posting it. I didn't even tell my friends. I was just like uploading videos. I had like 0 subscribers. I'm like, what's going on, guys? Today we're gonna look at the new Apple Watch, blah blah. Somehow the Apple Watch video gained a lot of views. Yeah, and then,
that was the first one that like popped off. All of a sudden.
It was like best apps for the Apple Watch or something like that.
Right. Were you thinking at that point, like, I want to be a YouTuber? Was there like somebody you were aspiring to, or you were just like, hey, I like making videos, and you just made videos?
Yeah, I wasn't really looking up to anyone. I don't think at that time a lot of people think I look up to like MKBHD or something like that, but I don't even think that time.
I feel like everybody in tech is like, you must look up to MKBHD, right?
He's our master. But that time I was just like posting videos just for fun, like even vlogs. When I'm playing soccer, I just post a vlog just to look back at. My friends love to see like, oh, yo, did you upload the vlog yet? They want to see themselves in the vlog. It was just all for fun.
That's one of my favorite things about vlogs is capturing the memories.
Exactly.
Like for me personally, vlogs are my ultimate favorite because I can look back at them and like I show my kids sometimes or like different parts of my life. Like I remember so much more. Whereas if I just filmed the video at the office, I don't remember what the life circumstances. Was, I have no idea other than that I made that video then, right? Like
True.
That's it.
Yeah, vlogs always leave something, you know, for you to remember. So that's why I always like love film those vlogs. And my friends encourage me too. You know, they were like, yo, when are you gonna post this video? I want to see what happened, blah, blah. And it was just like a small audience. It's just like literally posting it from me and my friends. Yeah. Until, you know, starting to get views. I was like, okay, I could probably do this. I remember I was supposed to, this is when I had really decided I wanted to do YouTube because I was supposed to choose what college or university I want to go to. And this was like in 2016.
Wait, how old are you?
2015.
Like you're in your early 20s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but nobody really knows my age.
Is that a secret?
Yeah, that's a secret. I think it's on like Google and stuff.
You look super young to me. Like you could be like a 16-year-old kid, literally.
They'll never know. Brands will never know too.
When I first saw your videos, I'm like, is this like a 15-year-old making like really high like tech YouTube videos?
Yeah,
like,
it works for brands too. They're like, oh, you're so young. I'm like, yep.
Yeah. Then I saw something like you were moving or something. I'm like, oh, okay, he's got to be at least a little bit older.
Yeah. I think like me and Canoops are like the same age. I think, So where was I? So yeah, I needed to choose which university I wanted to go to.
And you were planning on going to university?
Yeah. And there's only two options in Jamaica. There's like University of Technology and University of West Indies, but I knew I wanted to do something in tech for YouTube, and for some strange reason, like my dad is in America, my mom's in Jamaica, I had no one in Canada. Yeah, I just didn't want to go to America. I don't know why. I just felt like, it's so random. Like anything could happen in America. So I'm like,
it's a little chaotic there at times. I feel like,
and I knew about Carl Conrad, so I was like, yeah, it looks cool. Yeah. Canada looks fun. They have Drake.
So you came here by yourself to Canada?
I did.
Really?
So my friends...
In the search for Drake, you came to Canada.
Just to see Jersey. So my friends, I had two other friends, Aaron and this other friend called Jonathan. And surprisingly, like they wanted to go to Canada too.
Oh, nice.
And we didn't even speak about it when we were applying. So I applied for Humber. Everyone in like my year group was getting accepted to schools in Jamaica, and I was like, all right, this is getting kind of scary because I didn't even apply for schools in Jamaica. That's how badly.
So like you were all in on this.
I really bet on it. So my friends was like, oh yo, I'm going to Ryerson. I had this other friend like he's going to Humber. And I was like, okay, can I stay with you? Yeah. And he was like, yeah, you can stay with me, blah blah blah. And then I remember the day of like couple days before the plane ticket, he was like, oh, yo, my mom said, now you have to pay your rent. And that was like, bro, what? Now I have to pay your rent? And like, I grew up, I didn't have a lot of money. It's like Jamaica, a single family. Like,
and when you're young, you're not thinking like, I got to pay rent.
Exactly. Like, I just spent all my money to buy this camera. It was the Sony A3000. Yeah. It was like an old camera. And I had like $500 left in my bank account.
But did you get accepted to Humber then?
I did. I did get accepted. So that's when I booked the ticket and everything. And I thought my friend was like everything was cool. Then
you got hit with some hardship.
Like you have to pay bills, and I'm like, bro.
Welcome to adult life.
Yeah, I'm like, my mom said, I don't know, I can't help you because I have a sister and it's on my own, blah blah. I'm like, damn. She said she could pay my rent for probably a couple months, but I have to find a job or something. Yeah. So I was telling my friend to ask his mom, like, please,
mercy,
just please let me stay for like 3 months or something. She's like, no, I'm not having it. So then I took the risk. I went there. My mom paid for, my rent for a couple months. I literally went to all the malls here in, like, it was in Brampton. I went to Mississauga, all the malls, handing out resumes. Then finally got an offer for like a retail store in the mall. Then I worked there, you know, got enough money to like pay my rent and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this.
This is all the like, people just see your channel like, wow, that guy's lucky.
Yeah, he's rich. A lot of people don't know this, but I went to Best Buy and I literally like took the camera and recorded videos.
And then run it back?
I returned it. No way. So I got the camera for like 2 weeks.
So you wanted a better camera, couldn't afford it.
Exactly.
So you went to Best Buy,
and
bought it.
I got the A60 A60 300 and I got it for like 2 weeks. I made tons of videos.
Just
like,
archives.
Tons of videos. Bang them out until like I had enough money to actually buy.
And then you just brought the camera back?
I bought the camera back.
I love the hustle.
Yeah. It was crazy.
So
like
good.
Even I didn't have a laptop as well, so I went to Microsoft and I bought a laptop and they had a deal that you could use it for a month and if you don't like it, return it. So I used that laptop for a month. And I returned it until like everything I returned, I eventually bought in the end. So I bought the camera myself. I bought the laptop afterwards when I got enough money because I started to get brand deals. I was like, Shevon, blah, blah, here's $20, here's $30, $50, $100, $200. It was like just going up as soon as my subscribers started to grow. And I had to pay for like my own school fee as well. Like my mom helped out a bit, but I had to help a majority of the time. So I eventually had to like sell all my camera gear.
To pay for school?
Yeah. So then that's when
those are hard decisions,
I know.
What were you thinking in that situation then? You were thinking that the school would take you further than just going all in on the YouTube channel? Because you're obviously making a choice between like go full-time YouTube or like go deeper into that or do the school thing.
Also people don't know as well because I came here as like an immigrant, right? So you have to go to school.
Right, so you could stay in Canada.
Exactly.
Right.
So you have to get something that they call like a PR.
Yeah.
So I had to finish school.
Wait, don't you also have, you would have to pay more money than if
I had
like
to pay
if I went
double
to school?
tuition fee. Yeah, it's crazy.
Like it's not like America's still more expensive, but it's way more expensive.
Exactly.
To come,
so if tuition was like 10,000, I have to pay like 20,000.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
So, but I took the risk because I know in the long run it would work out.
Yeah.
Like now. So
it was still, the game plan was still YouTube, but in order to stay in Canada and do YouTube, you needed to pay for school.
Exactly.
And so you had to sell some cameras.
I had to sell the cameras. And I stopped YouTube for like 4 months. I haven't posted. Also, people were like, yo, how haven't you posted?
How many subs did you have at that point? Like, what's the state of your channel at that point?
I think that time I had around 40K.
Okay.
40K or something like that.
That's a pretty decent amount.
I had 40K, and I remember like I had a friend, Nikias Molina. He's like another tech YouTuber. He flew past me. Got like 100K, and I was like super depressed. Like, I'm like, bro, I don't have a camera. I don't know what to do, blah, blah. And then I had another friend. He was in the UK. His name is Sean. He literally came from, because he had money, like he started to do Shopify like way back when it was like crazy. So he dropped out of law school. He went full-blown Shopify. So he came to...
What do you say, Shopify? Do you mean like drop shipping?
Yeah, drop shipping. So yeah, he went full-blown drop shipping with his little tech store.
I feel like you're giving Shopify a bit of a bad rap with that because that's not what Shopify only is.
True.
Like it can be used in that. Shopify, I use Shopify for like my store. They're incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of like, okay, there's different
like
ranges of drop shipping.
Exactly.
There's like the scammy kind, and then there's like the decent kind. I don't know what your friend does.
No, he did the decent kind. He actually built his own like brand off of it and
sick.
stuff. But it started with just drop shipping until he started to reach out to manufacturers and stuff. But yeah, he was like, yo, you need to start back your YouTube. He came from UK, came to Canada for the first time, and he lent me his Canon, like, I don't remember the name. Canon EOS something. Yeah. I don't really like Canon. No hate to the Canon people out there.
There's a Canon and there's 2 Sonys, so like we're spreading the love right now.
But I didn't know what it is, but I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. Started up YouTube again, and that helped me. Like, if it wasn't for that camera, I probably wouldn't be here right now doing like, So I made all the videos with that camera. got enough money again to like buy my own camera, return that to him, and just kept up the consistency until here we are today.
Man, I love that story. Like that, YouTube is really interesting because it is, a lot of it is just like consistency, and when people say that all the time, like consistency, but like what your story, that's consistency, right? Yeah. Like having that goal in your mind and like doing the things that you need to do to get closer to that goal. That's the real consistency. It's not just making
every day.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious. How do you feel? There's a lot of people that say this, like, you need to make 100 crappy videos and then you might get somewhere. I don't fully believe that. No. I think if you're making 100 crappy videos, that's like the bad kind of consistency where you're just making crap without thinking like, how can I make this better? How can I learn? How can I make this more interesting? Like, what can I do, you know?
Yeah, like I always tell people, like, consistency doesn't mean like you have to post every day.
Yeah.
You could post every other day, every week, every month, as long as you're giving your audience something to look forward to.
Yeah. As long as you're learning going forwards.
Yeah, you're watching other creators, you're learning from other people's mistakes, because I feel consistency helps with views, and this is how I think it helps, because if you're posting like 1 week, you're posting Monday, Tuesday, then Thursday. Next week you're posting Wednesday, Monday.
Yeah.
Like your audience like doesn't know when.
Yeah, they're confused.
They don't know what's going on. So they're not watching your videos. But like me, I try to post on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So everybody knows in the back of their mind.
Weekend time.
They're like, oh yeah, I have to do this, do that before, because I know Shevon's going to post at 10. I know Shevon's coming to post on Sunday at,
That's
you know
interesting
what I mean?
That you post on weekends.
Yeah.
I don't know too many people that just post on weekends.
I do post during the week, but those are videos like, it's sponsored.
Right.
But my like
if it's an embargo videos, or something, because they're always on weekdays. Yeah.
So my passion projects, it would be like weekends, because everyone knows it's coming. They plan their day. You know, it's just like a Netflix show.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to watch a Netflix show and it just randomly just appears whenever, you never watch it. You never keep up with it. But
it's so true.
If it's on the weekends or whenever you post those videos, your audience will come back, because it's in the back of their mind, it's in their subconscious that you're posting it at this time.
And the habits that people form around those. Like I know a lot of people, when Casey Neistat was daily vlogging, they would literally start their day with watching Casey's vlog. And like during breakfast or whatever, it was like part of their daily routine. And because it was daily, it was such a habit. But same thing with that, you know?
I feel like everyone just tries to put everything aside to make sure that they're here for this type of content. So that's what I think consistency is, rather than just posting randomly 2 p.m., 3 p.m. every other day. That, to me, it doesn't make sense.
This is hitting me in the gut right now. I feel like before I was very consistent in the days that I would post. It would always be like Monday, Wednesday, and then there may be another third video for like Friday or something. And then as times like, I'm sure you'll find this when you get older and like you have more responsibility, kids, all this stuff. It gets a little bit crazier and also I think there's I'm in a season in my channel now where I'm not as like, I don't have this goal of like, I want to reach 10 million subs or something like that. And so views and subs have like very little meaning to me right now. I value like things like this much more, like meeting people, hanging out with people, experiencing. We're going to Formula One this weekend. Like,
that's what I want to start doing, traveling.
Like I value that stuff way more than being ultra consistent, strategic in terms of getting the most views and therefore more money. Like I don't know, I'm not a very big spender in life either. So like the money that I'm making right now, I don't even spend that. So like, what am I gonna do with more? You know, there's a lot of people don't realize that there's a sweet spot in most things in life. You know, like a business, for example, which YouTube is. There's a sweet spot, like. You know, you could, for example, 5 years from now, have a crew of like 30 people working for you and a massive studio. And then all of a sudden you realize that like you're tied to this machine, right? Like now there's all this pressure, like you have to keep going. Otherwise these 30 people aren't going to have jobs anymore. And like there's this crazy pressure on you. And so like maybe it actually would have been better that you only had 2 employees and never go beyond that and just like, do what you're capable of at 2 employees or no employees. That could be the sweet, like there's sweet spots, and it's really hard to know because for everybody it's a little bit different. I think also different life stages, it's different. But bigger and better is not always actually best, better, you know?
True. And I think like when it comes to overall just like hiring more people or like caring about numbers and stuff like that, I feel like that's in the early stages. Like obviously if you don't like have a secondary job and YouTube's your only source of income, then I resonate with people who like always like post their analytics. Oh, what should I do? Blah, blah.
Yeah.
It seems like they're just all hung up on the numbers.
Yeah.
I understand. But at the end of the day, I feel like you should just always like try to, you know, post videos that you're passionate about too as well.
Yeah.
And even for me, like I usually post all the day, every day, but literally when I start to post like once a week or twice a week, my views went up.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I think
literally.
I think there's probably a bunch of factors, but the algorithm has also changed so much now. Like when I started doing YouTube, I was living like the end of like the Casey Neistat vlogger era, where all the YouTube channels started a vlogging channel, and the vlogging channel became bigger than their normal channel. And it's because the algorithm liked consistent, like as in many videos, and as long as they were long, you had long watch times, so the videos had to be long, then it did well. And that's why vlogs were so good for that, because it was easy to film like throughout the day, little bits. You get a long video and you can make it every day basically, which is still crazy, but like it's doable. Whereas like the videos, day in the life videos that you're doing right now, you couldn't do that every day, right? Like it's not possible, right?
Not possible. And plus I have to pick like a good day when I'm actually doing something.
Yeah, something.
Because a lot of people don't know, like as a YouTuber, like they're saying, oh, do I day in the life with the iPad? I'm just sitting on my couch with the iPad every day. I'm not gonna
see that video.
I'm not gonna force myself to do something that I don't really do.
Yeah, you're hanging out with the iPad like downtown, like you don't do that with an iPad.
No, I'm not doing that, and I'm trying to stay as honest and as true to my content, like actually doing things that I do rather than going out of my way to do stuff just to show off a feature. Like that's not me.
Now the algorithm has changed that. If you post a video and then you post a video the day after, I think it actually cuts that first video, like I think it plateaus it much faster. You know how like videos will like get a lot of views and then they eventually plateau. I think that plateau happens much faster. At least when I did a little like daily vlogging experiment. It was probably like right before the pandemic or right around. Anyways, and I noticed that like as soon as I post that next video, the last video just like kind of like cuts off right away. I don't know. This is like pretty much anecdotal evidence of this, but like I think nowadays the algorithm is very different, where you aren't rewarded with posting more, and that's why you don't like who posts daily or often anymore. Like very rarely do people do that.
This guy I've been seeing on my page every day. I forgot his name, but he's like making videos like I survived off 1 cent a day. He literally posts like every day
doing that kind of video.
And he's getting like 2 mils per video.
That's that right now we're in the what I call the Mr. Beast algorithm.
Yeah, he's in the Mr. Beast realm with his content.
The Mr. Beast algorithm is just like, you know, like at the very core, it's like, you know, last person to let go of this gets $1. Nobody cares, right? Last person to let go of this gets, I'm holding a bubbly, sparkling water. Last person to let go of this gets $1,000. Some people
probably
might be like a little bit.
Gets a house?
Yeah, last person gets a house. Like, okay, that's pretty. Last person to hold on to this bubbly can and gets $10 million.
Yeah.
Every single person who sees that thumbnail and be like,
there's no
I gotta click this. Yeah. And because click-through rates are so important right now, that content is just thriving, which is like I call the Mr. Beast content. And like a lot of areas of YouTube don't really work for that kind of content. And I think it actually leads to a lot of like shallower content a lot of times. Like I like watching your videos because you're showing your day, whatever. Yeah. Whereas like if I watch a Mr. Beast video, I might like, okay, I gotta click this Willy Wonka video. Like I'm curious what he's doing. But I watch it, no disrespect at all to Mr. Jimmy, like he's incredible. Yeah. But I don't feel very fulfilled in any way. I don't feel like I have any connection to Jimmy. I kind of feel like, well, I found out what I wanted to find out, but like
you don't really gain any value.
In a way, like that sounds a little harsh, but there is a little bit, and maybe I'm just old and I'm just like boring.
I know what you mean for sure.
But like if I watch, you know, like back in the day, I used to watch. Casey was like my favorite YouTuber when I started YouTube. And like I felt very inspired watching it. It could be the most random vlog, but I felt inspired and like, man, like let's get out there and let's do something.
True.
You know,
I think it's because like we've seen Casey like from point A to point B, and he's let everyone knows like about his past, where he came from. Like even if you're watching a video for the first time, you probably stumble up on, oh, I used to do this, I used to do that.
Yeah.
But for Jimmy, it's just like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So
well, Casey would also add in all these like life lessons.
Exactly.
Like, oh man, like, yeah, that's so true. And you learn something.
Yeah.
And like those things stick with people. Like even like I earlier, like right in the beginning of my channel, I had the motto of learn, make, repeat. And that stuck with a lot of people. Like, how do you get ahead? Is just learn, make, repeat. So like literally you want to become a filmmaker, learn stuff every day, make stuff, and just keep repeating that process until you're actually like good at it. And that applies to and like the amount of people that have come up to me afterwards and be like, oh, you've been such an inspiration, like learn, like all that. I feel like, I'm sure Mr. Beast gets like, you're so inspiring, but it's like the success that he's had is inspiring, but the video itself I don't feel I don't feel like I'm gonna go make a video on like last person to let go, like, you know.
Yo,
like,
that actually makes so much sense the way how you put it. That's really true, because if I watch like a Mr. Beast video, it's like, it's cool, it's, you know, like the amount of effort he puts into the video, I respect it.
Tons of respect,
but it doesn't like get me off my chair and want me to go and do great things.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Like, finished watching, like, before I started my Day in the Life series, I literally like binged all the Casey Neistat videos. Yeah. So that speaks volumes for itself as to how inspiring he is as a person.
You can't not be like inspired after watching a bunch of those. You're just pumped to like get out there and do something.
Like, I guess it's just like a different forms of entertainment, and
totally.
It's for each to its own, you know what I mean?
And I think like I've been thinking a lot about like short form content. Do you short form content?
I love it.
Okay, like, so this is good. This is good.
I love it.
I'm like, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't like the fact that I'm like having to be forced to make short form content.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
No, I just want to know, is it consuming or producing?
Either. Okay. So we'll go through both. So I don't necessarily like that. I kind of feel like I have to make short form videos as a creator. And then consuming wise, I feel like it's a little bit of the same Mr. Beast effect, where I call it like, it's like candy, you know? It's really good. Like I want to eat that candy. And like TikTok is really good at sucking up. Like you just like, you know, you just keep going and going. It sucks you in and you're just so like enticed by it. But then at the end of it, like I never feel like inspired. It's the same Mr. Beast effect, where I'm like, I'm not inspired. I'm just like, well, wasted some time. And then I don't feel any connection to any creator on TikTok. I don't even know their names. I've seen the same people over and over again. There's like, oh, there's that guy. I don't know his name. I don't know anything about him. I have zero like connection to him or his brand, other than I recognize him and I know the kind of stuff that he does.
Yeah, because I feel like TikTok is just serving you the content itself. So you just get like a bunch of like sparkling water videos from different sparkling water creators.
It's content centric versus creator centric.
Exactly.
Right?
That makes sense.
But what do you? So you make short form content?
Yeah.
And you enjoy it?
Yeah, I love doing it because it's like you get all the views, you get all the followers.
So do you like it for the benefits or because it's fun to make short videos?
I feel like it's fun.
Okay.
Like the edits are super fun. It could be funny. You don't have to put a lot of thought.
If they were getting less views and less subs than a long format video, would you be making short form videos?
No.
Exactly.
If it wasn't growing my platforms, I wouldn't be making it.
So that's the part that like kind of annoys me, especially with YouTube. I feel like YouTube is the one platform that's had so much success with long format content. And then they're clearly like putting on the brakes a little bit, at least on the long format, and turning it on the shorts, right? Because like there's no more eyeballs, there's no more watch time like from the audience. It hasn't grown like that. So they have to take away a little bit from the long format, and then they're promoting the shorts, right?
I don't know. I tried shorts on YouTube, but it just doesn't work for me.
Your shorts on YouTube are very interesting. Where at first they get like no views, and then they just like keep going, and then later on they kind of just like pop, and then they get like a decent amount of views and like a decent amount of subs. I feel like I want to do. I don't hate or love short form content necessarily. Yeah. I do like the idea of like making like kind of like easier videos because they're short. Like it's way less time. It's easier, you know. But I want to figure out a way, and I'm like, right now, that this is where the process I'm in. Like, I need to figure out a way where I really enjoy making the videos, whether it's like a 1-minute vlog or like a 1-minute tutorial or 1-minute, you know, little tech review on a gadget that I don't want to do a full video on. Yeah. But this is pretty interesting. Like, let me show you this thing, you know?
True.
So, like, I got to figure out I think a lot of people don't realize that the short form content is really good at getting views. But what are those views actually getting you? And a lot of people have accounts and channels that get a lot of views, but give them zero brand value. And so like, yeah, people might be seeing that, but like they don't know who's behind that account. Brands aren't going to pay you for that content because it's just like reposting this or whatever, you know, doing a duet or whatever they're called, you know. And so a lot of people are putting a ton of effort in these short form content platforms, but not understanding that like, oh, I can't just aim for the views. Like there has to be some sort of brand that I'm building, you know, here.
So for my short form content, I try to like put high value behind it, and it attracts a lot of like companies.
What kind of short form? I don't think I've seen your short form video.
I just do like you know, like for TikTok, it's more of a trolly, you know, getting people in the comments fighting over iPhone versus
drama.
Yeah, TikTok is
just
more
a
drama.
Quick like the Samsung's better than the iPhone. Here's why.
Stuff like that. Or I'll be like, you know, showing different comparison between iPhone and like Samsung with
and
the camera quality.
How much production value are you putting into TikTok? Is it just like shot on your phone, or is it like full on camera?
For TikTok, it's shot on my phone, but it's still high quality. Like people don't know. They're like, oh, what do you use to film this? Yeah. So I don't edit it on my phone. I bring it onto Premiere Pro. I'm like super serious about it. Because even the last couple of TikToks I had is for 400K, 200K, 300K. And for Instagram, it's more showing off my workspace. It's more, you know, like inspiring. I try to, you know, because I don't know, if I put the funny stuff from TikTok onto Instagram, like just repost it, it doesn't do well. Nobody cares. So for Instagram, I try to like be more inspiring. I try to do the vlog stuff. So I do like day in the life stuff on Instagram, you know, just chopping up clips throughout my entire day. I'm using the Insta 360. I'm doing cool transitions, stuff like that.
Do you think, or have you thought about this, or do you think you're doing that because Instagram is creator-centric, right? Even though they have Reels, it's still more creator-centric, way more creator-centric than TikTok.
Yeah, on Instagram, I want people to be like, oh, how'd you do that? That's sick. I need to follow this guy. I need to check out his YouTube. So I tried to put all my creative styles on Instagram. For TikTok, it's just funny. But I still get brand deals. Like companies still want to reach out. They want to pay.
So brands want to specifically sponsor the short form videos?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And how much, you don't have to say specific numbers, but...
sometimes more than YouTube.
Okay, so what I was going to ask is like long format video versus short format reel or TikTok. What's the like?
I would say like if I just cared about money, I would just do short form.
Short form, really?
Yeah, because it adds up, because it takes less time.
Right, So you might get paid less. You get paid less for one, but because you could make 5 of them at the same time, it takes one long video, you could make more money.
Yeah, but then again, it would look bad just seeing a bunch of brand deals on a timeline, you know what I mean?
I'm glad you're thinking, like, a lot of people don't realize this. Like, I work with a ton of brands, and like, I have nothing against that. But every brand deal you do does, like, tarnish your brand a little bit. It's what I say is it's a negative for your brand. It can be a big negative, like if you were like shilling out toilet paper, that would be a big negative. It's like, wow, like way to sell out, man. Like, you know, or you doing one with like Samsung, it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. Or like you can also go with like Samsung, and then it's like you saying that like this is the best phone ever, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
Like, way to sell out, Shevon. Like, so, or it's like, Samsung put me on this really cool trip to go to Italy, and they gave me this new Samsung, so I'm gonna make
take a picture. Yeah,
take a picture. And then that's like, or like, Samsung, in honor of their new phone, like, they're gonna give away 5 phones to you guys. Like, that's now starting to be like, oh, is that positive to your brand? But like, you have to think about these, right?
The way I do it is like, for example, like I have like a deal with Insta360. So I don't know, you probably have it too. Like every time somebody buys something.
Yeah.
So I was
affiliate links.
Yeah, affiliate links. But they paid me to like, just use the Insta360 within your vlogs. So a lot of people don't even know.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, that's a sick shot. What'd you use? You know what I mean? So I'm not like, here's the Insta360. You need to do this. I just use it. If they see it, they like it.
Yeah.
And I would use it anyways, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I tried to use products. I tried to work with brands that I would actually use as well, you know what I mean? So even if I find myself using a product a lot, I would reach out to the company. I was like, yo, what do you guys think? I've been using this for so long. Everybody's asking about it.
Yeah.
Let's do something.
Do you struggle? So for me, in my world, I'll give you some context. I don't like getting paid by camera companies. I don't think I've ever really, maybe like once or twice gotten paid by a camera company because it's too like core to my like if I'm reviewing a camera and I'm like a Canon ambassador, like I don't know, it's harder to take my opinion seriously. Canon might not even let me do it. If I was a Sony ambassador, like other people were like, well, of course you're going to bash the Fujifilm because you're a Sony ambassador, And so I haven't taken really any money from the camera companies, but I will do brand deals with like Epidemic Sound and all these other companies that are filmmaker, Do you have any of that problem? Like, wait, are you an iPhone user or are you...
They'll never know.
Okay, so
iPhone user at day, Samsung at night.
So let's pretend you're an iPhone user, and then like Samsung comes at you, and do you feel any conflict there? You were like, I actually like the iPhone more.
Same thing like you. I don't take money from phone companies.
Okay, you don't. Okay,
unless
the same thing. Yeah.
I don't know, they're like sponsoring a trip or something.
Yeah.
I don't like, a lot of people don't know. They're like, oh, of course, Apple sent you this, they paid you, blah, blah. I don't take money from Apple, Samsung, LG.
Apple doesn't pay anybody,
exactly.
Right? That's one of the really interesting things is people always think that Apple pays everybody, but like,
they don't. They don't care what you say. I don't know if they care what you say, but
I'm sure they care what you say, but they don't give you any like, you have to say scripts, this or anything like that. But it's like, when you have a product that's that good that like everybody wants to see it, it's a win-win, right? Like,
for sure,
we get good content and then Apple gets promotion and
exposure
too. And it's really funny how a lot of companies don't realize this. Like, the more free hands they give us creators, the more we do for them. Like, Epidemic Sound has been one of the best examples of this for us. Like, they'll take us on a trip and pay us, but they'll say 0 deliverables. Like, do whatever you want. And then all of a sudden we're making like 5 videos for them, like every story. I'm like, Epidemic Sound.
Yeah, like you don't feel forced, right?
Yeah, I'm not forced to. I'm like, these guys are just so cool that they just took us on a trip to Dubai and like hooked us up with all these opportunities to make content. And they didn't ask anything of me.
It's like you actually feel kind of guilty. Like, no, I have to do something for them.
Whereas then another company comes at you and they're like, we want 1 YouTube video, 1 reel,
TikTok.
we want a Twitter post, we want, like all these things.
Shorts.
And it's just like a headache, and they have to be like approved separately. And like,
God. I'm doing one right now. I won't say the brand because they're probably watching this, but I love you guys.
This will come out later, so it's fine. But it's annoying, right? Like, and you end up doing just the bare minimum. You don't do a single story more.
Saying,
you know,
like I just like hired like an editor and like someone to help film and stuff. And we're literally like scripting. I'm like, do we have to say antimicrobial? Like, that's not me. You know what I mean? Like, do I have to put it in? They're like, yes. It said verbalize this. I'm like, oh, it just makes it so cringy to me.
Yeah, and the problem is, it's a lot of times it's not even the brand, but there's an agency in between you and the brand, and the agency wants to feel valuable, and so they'll make these like scripts and stuff. And a lot of times, unfortunately, agencies just suck the life out of everything.
It's
like,
crazy.
I remember one time I did like a Twitter brand deal, and like I made like a post like I would post it, like anybody read it, be like, oh yeah, that's Matti. and then they like took out all the emojis, took out like all the personality from it until it was just like this like blank. Wow, it was literally just like that company is saying this thing on my account, you know, like, and it's like, oh man, you're ruining your opportunity here.
It's like if you're working with creators, like just bear in mind creators have an audience that are used to certain like persona from them.
Yeah.
So it's obvious when it's sponsored because it's missing that charisma, it's missing that personality.
Yeah.
And I don't know when companies would actually start recognizing that.
Yeah. Even though right now I prefer doing shout out brand deals because they're a lot easier, and then I can, outside of that, I can do whatever I want. Like there's no like, you know, dedicated videos that, like it's the whole video is
like
about like
integrations.
Yeah, so like just like an ad, like 30-second like this episode sponsored by whatever, you know. Yeah, and they're easy. Yeah, do you like them? Like
that's all I do. Like a company reached out to me, oh, you need to review this. Can you do a video for this wall charger? I'm like, am I supposed to do a whole video on a wall charger? I'm like, no, I'm not doing a whole video on a wall charger. I'll give
45 seconds,
30 seconds. That's it. Take it or leave it.
But then a lot of brands like Squarespace, I don't do Squarespace ads, but like Squarespace, I do other companies that do the same thing. But it's like the same ad reads that everybody's doing. And it's like, I've heard this a million times. Like, it would be much better if you just gave the creator some free hands to like do what you want. Like,
but you see, the good thing about Squarespace is that
do you do Squarespace?
They could cover your rent for the entire year.
100%.
So I'm like, why not?
In the end, it's a business. But what I'm talking about is like, I think it would be better for you and for Squarespace to give you a little bit more free hands and like actually talk about the things that you like versus just saying like the customer service is award-winning,
like literally
whatever.
Everybody has to. I think me and Peter like literally have to like say the same thing.
Yeah,
and I just like you said, like the person I'm talking to it's not Squarespace directly. It's from like an agency.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like they're just like, oh, get some YouTubers. Like this is what they need to say. Don't care.
Yeah,
come back with the results.
Well, because the agency, you know, they're doing their job and they wanna protect their situation with Squarespace, right?
Yeah.
And so like they've made a deal that we're gonna get YouTubers to say these things, and so because that's kind of like set and you have to now say these things. Whereas like if they were like, you know, if you all of a sudden didn't go by the script and you said something totally different, then they might get in trouble with Squarespace, and then they might lose their contract with Squarespace, and they're like, well, we don't want to do that. So we're gonna play it safe. Say the lines.
And you know what's funny?
Say the lines.
They're saying, be yourself, use your own words, but verbalize this.
But say exactly these words.
So like, it's like contradicting, but
100%, yeah. But again, a lot of people don't understand that this is our livelihood.
Yeah,
like, this is our business, and like I have employees now. You have an employee, which I'd like to hear more about.
Yeah,
and like, to pay for all of this,
you have to generate
sometimes
income.
You have to do an ad read like that, and I think that's better than having the whole video be about a wall charger.
Exactly.
You know, like,
way better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish like my audience, and I don't know about anyone else, but I wish they could just understand that it's a business. We have to like have sponsorships. We have to have brand deals because AdSense doesn't always cover like everything. And for me, like I hire someone new, so we have to cover grounds, and it's tough.
Let's go through two things. First off, how do you make your money on YouTube? Like, you don't have to go through specific amounts, but like, what are your like rank them like the top ones in order of like how much they bring in? So is it like brand deals, AdSense, affiliate links, whatever?
Yeah, I would say brand deals and sponsorship first.
Yep.
Affiliate links, sometimes affiliate links. It's between affiliate links and my digital store.
Okay.
I sell like wallpapers and app icons. Sometimes it's more than AdSense, surprisingly. Yep. So brand deals, I would say my digital store. AdSense, affiliate links, and just like client stuff.
Yeah.
So
you do still videos for like companies, like their own stuff?
Yeah, like recently I did a video for Elgato where it's just like, I don't even know where the video is right now.
It's like some internal video or something that they're doing with it. Yeah.
And then I recently did one with this company Arc Smile. Like, I think that video is gonna be posted on like YouTube ad pre-rolls or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, those videos they pay you a lot, but it's not every time. It's not consistent.
And I'm curious, now you're kind of on the spot because you're doing it already, but I feel weird about seeing a YouTuber in YouTube pre-roll ads.
I've never experienced it before. I thought it would be cool because a lot of people would see me.
Yeah.
So,
but it's in the context of this is just a brand deal, you know? Like when I see YouTube ad, it's like, oh, this is an ad. And like sometimes the ads are fine or whatever. But like there's no other context to it. Whereas like if you're doing a shout out read inside your video, there's like all the context to it. I feel a little bit weird, like even on Instagram when I see sponsored posts, right away I'm like, yeah, and I like swipe away quickly.
I think this one is different because it's not like me like sitting down and like me doing a home video. It was like actual production team that came over and then they did like a day in the life video and I sat down, did interview, blah blah blah. Yeah. So it's more of like I'll just be that random person you see on the billboard.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's not like me.
Hey, it's Shevon.
No. It's more scripted. And
that's it. Yeah.
That's
so
different.
if it was like,
I know what you mean though. Like if it was that, I was like, yo, what?
Yeah, it's
like seeing a YouTube video on a pre-roll ad. No, it's not that.
Wait, why am I being forced Shevon right now?
Exactly.
Like, you know, like I didn't click on the Shevon video.
I think this other company like Autonomous did that with your own videos. They just put your own videos. I'm like, yo, I keep seeing Patrick Tomaso every time. I literally go on it, not interested. I don't want to see it. So I know what you mean.
Talking about like a brand deal is some sort of negative to your brand. I feel like those brand deals are like big negatives for the brand, at least in my brain. And I don't know if this is what everybody thinks. Is it just me and I'm being hyper picky about stuff?
No, I feel the same way.
Yes, so I think that's pretty similar to mine. Like making money, it's brand deals. Then it's definitely digital products. Like I have so many like presets.
I'm so happy
and,
I went on the digital products route because I feel like it's a great way for my audience to like support me as a creator, and they have something like inclusive, like you know, they have their own wallpapers. It feels like
I'm
family.
The biggest Shevon fan.
Exactly,
you could support.
You could support. You could rep, and to me, it's just awesome. It's not super expensive as well. It's just like a $2 purchase.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it's one of the best things I've ever done, honestly.
And you can promote those and not look like a sellout.
Exactly.
More so, I think. It could turn out like this guy's just selling snake oil kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's much easier to stay on the positive side with that because it's your own product. It's like, I use these. Like that's like my Sony Cinelets that I have right now, I literally use them every single day. I don't know how I would color grade without them. And then here you can have them for an amount. You can have them and use the exact same.
And people are asking you for it, right?
Yeah, all the time.
They're like, Matty, what do you use? What do you know? So this is what I use.
So it's a win-win, and you don't have to kind of sell it. So yeah, digital products don't like it's zero margin, right? So like
love it.
You make it once and it's like you can just keep selling it. Whereas like we're doing NMO, like it is. Like this is the first time I'm making like a physical product, and it's a nightmare to deal with like shipping and duties and like production costs and production delays. Oh, there's like shutdowns in China
just
right now.
Making me more scared right now because I'm thinking like I need to create a new website because right now I'm just using Gumroad. I get tons of emails of people saying, "Oh, it's not available in their region. It's not working." Blah blah. They take like a high like percentage fee conversion rate. Yeah, but
I recommend Shopify.
Yeah, I'm gonna start using it, Shopify. But I crossed like this milestone where they lowered the rate, but it's still like a lot of bugs.
I'm pretty sure Shopify has the cheapest rates in terms of like what you have to pay them for the fee in between whenever you sell something. I think everybody else takes a little bit more, and it adds up over the years. Like even a percent or 0.5%, that adds up.
I know.
You know.
So. Yeah, I'm gonna start with Shopify.
Yeah,
and I've been thinking just to like make merch. I'm not as good as you, but you know, just for like people keep asking me.
Merch is much easier. So merch, there's a lot of really, especially Shopify. It's literally like you just design some like cool logos, and then you just choose which type of shirt you want. And there's like cheaper quality, and there's better quality, and then you know you can either charge more or less. That's really easy actually, and it's drop shipped, so like you don't ever see. I'm pointing to all the shirts behind you right now.
All those,
but this is all
quality.
like this is custom made. made. Like you can't, like this is our materials, our everything
Stitching,
is custom. Yeah. And so like we're doing, and that part is a nightmare trying to deal with like all of the like
samples.
Yes, exactly. And you get samples and they're just not what you want. And then you have to go through another like weeks or months of like back and forth. You have to plan now for like winter already and start dealing with that part. And it's like summer's just starting and you already have to be doing winter stuff because of the production like delays. You know?
I've been thinking about it. I have like this friend that has like different merchants and stuff in I think Asia and stuff like that, because I want to start making mouse pads and like putting my wallpapers on the mouse pads and all of that. So I've like had samples come in and it's like bad quality, the stitching's not good. I'm like, bro, I'm stressed out. I really want to do this right now because I don't want the products going out to people and it's bad, and
then it hurts, it hurts your brand more than
I
it's
don't really
worth
have control over it. So I don't know, man.
I highly recommend definitely like diving into that stuff. Just know that it's way harder than digital products, and that doesn't mean that it's going to be work. There might be a way bigger potential in the physical products, but it is a lot more work and it is like scarier, and you have to invest more money up front. Digital products, you're just like investing time, you know, like that's it. Okay, so you hired your first employee then, and this is
we're
really
still in the trying process, but it's been smooth so far.
Nice. And he's your editor, filmer?
She. That's a girl, So
sorry for assuming it was like
but the reason I use her because she's like she had a YouTube channel before. I took YouTube channel.
Nice.
She helped me like with scripts.
Nice.
She helps film.
That's the best case scenario.
Exactly. I'm like, when I did the Elgato video, I was like, yo, we have to do this. She just slapped me a script. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Okay,
I just sit in the seat. What's going on, guys? Blah, blah. So that's like makes my life 10 times easier to know like someone that actually knows about tech.
Yeah. And understands the YouTube game.
Exactly.
Like how to edit, how to film for it, scripts, all of that stuff.
So it's like one of the best things so far. But I still kind of edit some of my videos. Yeah. Especially like Reels and like TikToks and stuff like that. But
I recommend like, doing that.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
I feel like for just like, I don't know, like more bland, easier to edit videos, she does.
I'll put it in nicer. It's the cutting A-roll type, like, you know, like it's the more like, it's like a formula. You have a formula for how you do those videos and they don't really change. So it's easier also for somebody else to edit them.
True.
Whereas when you're like doing like a reel or something, it's like different every time. So you're like, I'm just playing around and try to figure this out, you know, like I can't tell you how to do it.
Perfect. Is that that's spot on. And like for like my unboxing videos, it's like a lot of cuts and I find stuff to be funny when you might think it's a mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can highlight the joke within things that you think is an error.
Yeah.
So she's learning like my editing style, and I guess as time progresses, she'll start like editing more videos. But for now, it's just like basic stuff, but she does a really good job in like scripting, organizing everything, and helping to film. It's always good to have another person to help to capture content, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really important that you do keep editing though. What I notice is that if you stop editing, then you start being a little bit more complacent and like you let things slide more, like, oh, it's good enough, you know? Whereas like if you edit it yourself, like why are these colors like this? Or like, why is this cut doesn't feel right? And then also what happens is you stop learning if you're not editing and you're like, oh man, I could have made this way more funny if I just edited it myself and I like figured out how to make this funny versus just like somebody else looking at your footage and then just like, making it, you know.
Corporate, because you can't blame them too.
No, it's nothing.
It's super hard to know exactly what you want. I don't even know what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm figuring it out as I go.
Exactly. That's the problem. You can't say do it like this because you don't know.
Exactly.
You're just trying to figure like, and that's the same thing for me. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with this section. I need to tweak this. I need to tinker with it until it feels right. And I can't tell you, Isaac's my editor right now. I can't tell him what to do because I don't know. You know?
Yeah, so I always like try, like, you didn't do a bad job. Like, you're doing your best. It's just like, I would rather have this whoosh instead of this whoosh.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
This one sounds better to me. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. There's so much personal preference. But yeah, it's very interesting. You're stepping into like the next phase of like running your own YouTube channel business where now you're a boss And like there's a lot of things that come with that. Like they're gonna make mistakes, and you have to have conversations. Like, hey, this can't happen.
She's like, please don't fire me already. I didn't get to spread my wings. I'm like, no, you're good.
Yeah, like of course we get to be cool like that, but like there are those times where you have to be like,
step up.
Yeah, like this can't happen again. Like this was a serious mistake. Like you have to learn from this, and like those conversations suck.
Yeah, like I remember like something happened. I was like, I took it in. I'm like, well, I'm really a boss now. You know what I mean? Like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Just trying to be like friends, but at the end of the day, like we have deadlines.
Yeah.
We have to actually do stuff, and
and we take our work seriously.
Yeah.
Like I always say, like I have the stupidest job. Like I'm like running, like yesterday we were running around this dam with like. I could say it now actually with the new DJI gimbals.
Yeah.
And like we're just making stupid, like filming stupid stuff. Like it's just silly. Like it's a grown adult running around on a dam with another young kid with cameras, and it's just like, what are you doing with your life? You know?
A lot of people think it's like a crazy job, and it's like silly to have like YouTube as a job. But at the end of the day, no one's watching TV anymore. And we're like the product placement on TV because now everyone's watching YouTube. So I think we hold like quite a value.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%. And
like
we even though
these companies, we are worth $1 billion. They need us.
Well, what did Google? I mean, YouTube make? It was like $28 billion or something like that on ad revenue from.
Even the corporate companies that used to produce content for TV and radio, they're putting it on as pre-rolls on YouTube. So.
And even though I say my job is it's the silliest stupid job ever, I take it seriously. Like if there's an embargo, like a specific time to post a video, I hit that embargo. And if something like goes wrong, I'm like, I'll be really disappointed. Or like, you know, to a certain extent, like I'm picky about things in my videos. Like, sometimes I have a time crunch and like I only have a day to edit this. So like, let's go. That's whatever we can do. But I'm still picky about. I'm not gonna just like slap it together and be like, I don't care, whatever. Who cares?
You have to put like your all in to everything. You know what I mean? And that's what really separates you from everyone else.
Yeah. What made you decide to get an editor filmer now? Like what was there, like was it a financial threshold, or what was the reasoning why you got an employee now?
I just felt like there's so much going on. Like I would spend 2 hours just reading emails because plus I had another job too. So
wait, did you quit that now? Or you still have it? Okay.
I quit.
I was gonna say you should probably quit it.
Yeah, I quit that one. And the thing is, why I even had that job in the first place, because even people at work was like, why are you working for us?
Yeah.
We know you make more money over YouTube, but then it leads back to my PR stuff. So you have to work for 1 year within. You have to work for 1 year within the industry that you graduated in order to qualify to get like your PR.
And so now you're good.
Yeah.
So now you're a permanent resident.
So it's like, did I use them? Not really, because I had to. I had to get a job. You know what I mean? And like it is what it is. I actually ended up loving the job, and I quit recently, and it's like kind of sad and stuff. Like
but also
actually,
happy
like,
because you're moving forward.
Yeah,
in your
I was
career.
happy, but it was also fun going in to the office and like doing something else apart from YouTube. I don't know.
And you will get to a point where you're like, man, I wish I had a normal job.
Yeah.
Like where I just go in and somebody else tells me what to do.
Exactly.
And
so
then,
that's why I felt like I
home.
need someone to tell me like, Shevon, get up, do this, you have to do that. Because I don't know, sometimes I'll just sit there and just like let the time go by. I'm like, all right, I'll do it tomorrow. But having someone to like shout at me like, Shevon, we need to do this. We need to do it, I feel more productive.
Do you find for you? What's the biggest challenge with YouTube? Like, do you find, because a lot of people don't realize there's nobody. Yeah, like you said, there's nobody telling us what we need to do. Yeah. It's 100% up to you. How many videos you do, how much time you put into a video, all of that stuff. So, like, do you struggle with like coming up with ideas, or just starting the video, or what's like been the hardest things for you?
My biggest challenge is I think too much about the video instead of just doing it.
Yeah.
And like music. Like I remember when I was doing What I Spent in a Week video, I spent like a day looking for music.
Yeah.
Because I hate just having the same music that was in my last video, and it just has to hit.
Yeah.
Like I have to feel it, you know what I mean?
It's another one of those things where it's really hard for an editor to choose a song for you. I'm always like, nope, that's
doesn't
not
work.
it.
Yeah.
I always say it's a la-di-da song where there's just not feeling anything.
True.
Like it's not hitting.
You have to feel the music really like brings it together, you know what I mean? And yeah, I'll just say like, I don't know why I keep thinking every video should be better than the last one. So I'll be like killing myself inside like, oh, I
need to make this bigger.
Yeah.
Better.
I can't do this today. I'll do it tomorrow. The sun's not looking good. It's cloudy, blah, blah. But I should just actually do the video. And since like I got my editor and stuff, like she really helps me to just like start doing the video. You know what I mean? So
I'll say two things. One thing, a lot of times when you force yourself to, like, it's like there's been times where it's like a rainy day, and then I go out and shoot in the rainy day, and I'm like, oh, that footage was actually pretty cool. It was like I had fun shooting, even though I'm soaked right now. Like it was fun shooting, and it's like kind of makes for a fun story, whatever. Like you don't want to go, but it like once you do, you're good.
It's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, thinking about going sucks, but while you're there and you're feeling the burn, and afterwards you're like, yo, I'm so happy I went to the gym.
Exactly.
It's just literally the same thing with YouTube. Like the day in the life videos, I was like, I don't feel like doing it today. I remember one time I was filming a day in the life.
Yeah.
And I was like filming myself brushing my teeth. Yeah. And I was like, bro, I don't want to do this today. But then I still did it. And during the day, I was like, yo, I'm so glad I did it because like so much things happen during the day. And
it was a perfect
my day in the
day.
life videos, I don't really plan it. It's just whatever happens. So like with the script, I'm scripting as I go. So I don't like, oh, I'm going to do this. It's whatever happens. I was like, oh, I just did that. I just did that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So that's how I do it.
For me, I like for vlogs, that what I'll usually do, because I don't know, just like you, I don't know how my day's going to turn out. So I'll come up with a concept that doesn't matter what happens. If I go through these points, I have a video. And then if I go throughout the day and it's like, oh, this fits perfect for my video, and then I'll film that. Like, okay, this is funny, I'll film that. Okay, this doesn't have to do with anything, you know, like I'm not going to film this. That's how I go. But going back to the like bigger and better, a lot of people don't realize that I think it's actually good to have like a contrast, a variety. And so if every single video is a banger, like
true.
And they all become the same now.
That's what
there's no difference in them. So you don't like the audience doesn't know that, oh, this is a day in the life banger now. It's just another one. You know, whereas then you do like a casual unboxing video or something like that, and then like maybe you do a little review, and then now we get a day in the life banger. Like it adds that contrast to like, oh, I can't wait for the next one. Like, oh, I love these. You need that, you know.
That's literally what my editor told me.
Yeah,
she was like, all right, just keep the bangers on the weekends, and during the week, sponsored or just unboxing or just chilling.
Yeah.
So you guys have the right mindset.
It's different different moods to Shevon's wrestling with the microphone right now. Are you new to podcasts?
Yep.
What was I gonna say? Shoot, mine's breaking. I was gonna. Yeah. Oh man, now I lost my. You're wrestling with the microphone.
Do you guys do you guys clip this off?
Yeah, sometimes we cut out stuff, but I like to keep it casual. I'm good. Oh man, I totally lost my train of thought. Anyways, we could just move on.
We'll come back soon.
I'm really curious to know what your future plans are with YouTube. Like, are you just like, do you have a sub amount that you're going for? Are you aiming for a certain amount of money? Are you like, now it seems that you're pretty much, you know, you moved from Jamaica here and you're the next Drake. No, no, but you're living on your own. You're doing good, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm trying to get to 1 million.
Yeah.
I don't know what everybody else is doing, but I'm trying to get to 1 million. Not really money. As long as like, you know, I could cover all my basic needs and like still live, you know, good, do whatever I want to do, and you know, still provide for my family and stuff like that. That's like the main thing. But yeah, I would just say I'm trying to get to 1 million. I'm trying to build a community. I'm trying to like, you know, do more products as well, like having merch, like having
build out the business side.
Yeah, build out the business side and like start a brand.
Yeah,
that's the main thing I'm focused on right now.
I think that's one of the things a lot of YouTubers struggle with is because they're usually fairly like creative and good with making the videos, but then it's the whole business side, it's the taxes, it's all of this stuff that starts like hurting, and you actually want to focus on that a little bit more, and then you have way more room. Like there's so many times. So me and Tyler actually have this like little like mentoring company where we mentor YouTube channels.
Oh no way!
And so like we'll help them out. In like a holistic view.
I need to join that.
So like we take a look at everything they're doing and then figure out like, okay, like you're still in the like figuring out your content stage and like, you know, help them with that, or like, okay, your videos are pretty good now. You're getting decent views. It's consistent, whatever. Now we need to look at monetization, like, and like, There's a lot of the guys so we don't have that many because it's not possible to do too many at once in the way that we're doing it.
Yeah.
But like their incomes just skyrocket, and like, you know, like just small tweaks can change things in a big way. And so a lot of it is that like work smarter, not harder, like be a little bit more strategic and business minded. And I think that's why I've been pretty successful on YouTube, because I'm way more logical, like business minded than I am creative. Like I hated art class and all that kind of stuff. Like, it was the worst. I would have never taken a photography class in high school.
What?
I would have never. I would have rather taken like calculus or something like that.
I was in all the camera clubs. I was in digital media class.
Zero for me. And that's why like if somebody called me an artist or something, I'd be like a little bit of cringe, like, like that's not like, and so that's why I think I don't think I'm a decent filmmaker and whatever, but I'm definitely not the best.
You're really
but with the business skill, like the business mind that I've had, like I've been able to make this a big success, you know?
Yeah.
Like there are way better filmmakers out there than I am, but they don't have 1 million subscribers.
True.
And there's way better filmmakers out there that are trying to do the classical or like the traditional grind of like pitching jobs and stuff, and they're just struggling, and they're way better than I am. But yeah, so
you have that business mindset.
Yeah.
What'd you study?
I actually, so I studied 2 years of kinesiology, like sports science, and at York University, and then I was like, I don't know, there's got to be something different. So I actually went back to Finland, and then the only actual degree I have is a bachelor's in theology. I went to Bible college in Finland, and so that's the only thing I actually have in terms of like a paper, which doesn't like, I've never used it, doesn't mean anything. But I do credit being at Bible college. That's where I learned filmmaking. I was literally, I'd have like a earbud in one ear and I'd be listening to tutorials in class.
Audiobooks?
Like, yeah, no, just watching tutorials and then I'm in class, like listening, but I'm more so listening to tutorials.
That's how Bible classes work. That's interesting.
But then I'd go home on the weekends to the church youth group that I was a part of, and that's where I started to make videos.
In Finland?
In Finland. It was like, we should have some videos, and I'd make these videos and I'd be like, these are sick, and they were like so bad, they're absolute trash, but like the bar was so low there. I was like, these are amazing.
It was probably good that time.
Yeah, maybe at the time it was fine. But then there was like perfect breeding ground, like perfect like training ground for me to just learn and try it out. And so it worked out fine.
That's a blessing.
I'm a YouTuber with a bachelor's in theology.
It's so good to have that like business mindset mixed with that talent and, you know, love for filmmaking.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm really trying to build up on right now.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you're savvy. I think you're gonna do really well. I'm loving what you're doing. Thanks so much for joining us on the podcast today. I feel like you got to come back. I don't know. We should make a video together or something like that. You got to show me your skills, or you're really good, man. I appreciate your videos.
Likewise.
All right, go check out Shevon. Thanks, guys. See you.